Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Everybody. Va-va-va-voom, Kendall. Look at that. You're hot. Look at our Christmas crowd, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. Happy, I believe, third day of Hanukkah. Hello, Plymouth. Hello, South St. Paul, West St. Paul. Hello, Caledonia. La Crosse, Rochester, Duluth, Minneapolis. Good morning, everybody. Look at the Christmas crowd today on this Christmas Eve day. Welcome to the show. Let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, she's Santa's favorite helper. Look at her over there. Va-va-va-voom. It's Kendall, everybody. Hello. You look amazing.
Thanks.
Look at you.
Velvet pantsuit.
You look at your pants.
I know.
Your britches sure are fancy. Look at that. You have fancy britches.
I know, it's very fancy. It's very fun to do this like wiggle leg, like the 60s move. Was this the 60s, 50s? I don't know.
The twist. You're doing the little twist, yeah.
The twist,
50s,
yeah.
60s, yeah.
Thank you. It's fun to twist in.
Is that what you wore to the Jason Show holiday party? Is that is what? Yeah. I thought
and
it looked.
you said the same thing.
I know. You look good. How you doing though?
Good. I was at the Mall of America this morning. That was fun. What?
Didn't you work?
Yeah, no, I was working at the Mall of America. It was really rough.
Oh, got it. I was like,
yeah.
I thought you did traffic, or I mean, there's no traffic today. It's like nobody's, except for these people. They drove here. Yeah. Can we say, speaking of outfits, Director Steve, can we take a shot of look at Sarah in the second row there. Look at that outfit. That is phenomenal. That is. The Christmas spirit is alive in our audience today. Look at that. Anyway, yes.
I love
and then
it.
oh God, and look up there. They're wearing one sweater, aren't they up there? That is fantastic.
One sweater.
Are you? It's Linda. Are you ready? Look at that. That is sensational. Wow. I dare you to wear that all day long. Yes. Well, are you ready? Are you ready for Christmas? Are you ready? Are you all set?
I am. I'm all set. My baby sister's here. We're gonna go home together.
Oh, really?
She's in the front in a Grinch shirt.
Oh my goodness, she looks like she was carved out of your calf.
She was.
She looks just like you. Look at her. Oh my goodness.
I know.
You two look like the Double Mint gum commercial. That's fantastic. Anyway, so what are you guys doing?
So we have our family Christmas. This is where we're singing in church.
That's right.
Together.
Are you feeling better? You were worried yesterday.
It's okay. It comes in waves. I think I can push it to the high notes.
I think you're gonna do sensational tonight.
Thank you. Yeah. So everything's good.
Good.
Everything's good. What about you? Are you ready?
I am ready. As of tomorrow at this time, I'll be on a plane to Walt Disney World with my executive producer, Dawn, and so I'm ready. I'm not, and let me just ask you this audience, are you like me? Are you a packer? Like, do you pack about a week in advance, or are you a last minute packer like myself? Because I'm not even packed yet.
Oh, do you even make a list at least? Like a packing list?
Okay, who's like me in the audience? Last minute packers. Thank you, I appreciate that, yeah. No, I do this trip so much though, I know, okay, Magic Band, Mickey Mouse hat, Mickey Mouse t-shirt, shorts, I'm done. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. But no, I haven't packed. I'll probably pack tonight. That's how last minute I am. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you even, I'll make a list. Like a few days in advance and start collecting things.
Yeah, no, I don't do that.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's a last minute dash around. I look like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. I'm just like grabbing things and going through things. And,
making maps.
Inevitably, I forget something, and Colin always gives me this face. Really? Yeah. Like if you would have packed earlier, but that's not me. I'm a procrastinator. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. First up. First up, Lizzo is one of the hottest pop stars these days. And now she's fighting back against an online troll. You know how I love those. Who criticized her weight. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. The troll said, the monster said Lizzo was only popular because there's an obesity epidemic in America. And yeah, in response, Lizzo bloop, said, here we go, I am popular because I write good songs and I'm talented and perform high energy hour-and-a-half shows filled with love. The only person who needs to do better is you. My favorite part. Keep my name out your mouth and look in the mirror before you come for me. And here is the attention you ordered, winky face. Yeah, that's what it is. Anytime I go after a troll, some very nice person reminds me, Jason, you're only doing what they want. You're feeding. It's in service. It's in service to ego. That troll only wants to get you going so that you respond. But sometimes you just snap. I don't blame her. You know, you can read, people always say, you know, oh, well, Lizzo, she's so popular. It shouldn't bother her. These are still human beings. And when you read something, when people are calling you fat or saying that you're only popular because you are overweight, that's hurtful. I don't care how popular you are. I don't care what's in your bank account. I don't care who your friends are. It's hurtful. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you just can't, And sometimes
you gotta say something.
Sometimes you snap. I've snapped. You know what I mean? I've snapped many times when I know I shouldn't engage. But sometimes you just, you hear stuff and one person will say something and you're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think oftentimes, especially with things like that, you need to be a voice for other people.
Yeah.
So when she's saying that, she's like, don't say that we have an issue here. Like, don't come at me and don't come at people that look like me. Bye.
Well, and look, there may be, I mean, there are problems, but it doesn't, the two are not combined.
Ow.
Lizzo was popular for all the reasons that she listed. It has nothing to do with the size of her dress. It does, you know what I mean? That's
right.
ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And it's just mean-spirited and good gravy. It's Christmas. I mean, you know,
I
you have anything better to do? Mm-hmm. But again, it says much more about that person because our executive producer, Jeff, looked through his tragic timeline. He goes after her a lot. And what that says to me is it says a lot more about him than it does about Lizzo.
Yep.
Something has happened to him. Something has happened to him in his life that makes him attack someone like Lizzo. Mm-hmm. He's either frustrated with his own lack of career, or he has dreams that he hasn't fulfilled, or someone's been mean to him in his past, and it comes out sideways. Next on the dish, ABC is only producing Dancing with the Stars once a year, but they've already have a wish list for their next season in the fall. According to Variety, Charlie Sheen is the #1 target. ABC, did you just hear the audience boo? Take a note, Mickey Mouse. Charlie reportedly was offered a spot on this past season, but revealed he was too afraid to dance. Also on ABC's list, former NFL player Ryan Shazier, thank you. He was nearly paralyzed during a game in 2017, but has made quite a recovery. And that would be good. We all like a story, a great story like that. Yeah. Variety also says the network is looking at the rest of the cast of Queer Eye on Netflix following Karamo Brown's appearance this past season. And ABC says they want Christy Brinkley back. You guys know she broke her wrist early on in the season. I got to tell you, dancing, before you put together a list of the stars you want, what I would do is I would look again at your voting system because something is still askew. Because people that are really good dancers are still getting eliminated, and people that dance like a zucchini are making it into the finals. You know what I mean? I would retool your show because if you look online, that's what people have a problem with. It's not your roster of B, C, and D list stars. It is the fact that really good dancers are being eliminated and zucchinis are being left into the finale. That's the problem. That should be the priority.
Well, they do it really well on our show here on Fox on So You Think You Can Dance. The fans vote, but they have a bottom 3 then for whatever the fan vote is. And then the judges say, okay, we don't know why you are in the bottom. You're fantastic. You're safe. And they don't necessarily line it up the same way. they do a lot of that like judges voting mixed with the fan voting, and I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't
Not
either.
into it.
Oh, and by the way, don't email me. I just realized I was saying zucchini on a broad level. I wasn't making any comment about Sean Spicer. So if you turn...
People turn things into the
You
worst
laugh.
things.
You laugh. But if I check our inbox right now, someone's going to go, how dare you get political? I said zucchini. Just be clear. Anyway.
It's a
gonna
vegetable.
happen. It's a vegetable. We have a lot more to come, everybody, so go grab a zucchini and meet me back here in just a minute. Back after this. Coming up in just a little bit, we all have traditions this time of year. When we return, my list of movies that I always watch this week. From the obvious to the out there, these are the movies that make me smile on Christmas week. Then, it's been trashed, it's been ravaged, it's been torn apart. But, move over, critics. Producer Ted is finally weighing in on the movie version of Cats. Is it really as awful as folks say? And it's something a lot of us can relate to, the milestone of turning 50. A new book tackles that period of life, and you'll meet the author in just a bit. And there's a little Jason Show connection to the book as well. Find out what it is when we return.
Football? Oh no! What was I doing? Wake up, stupid! Wake up! No!
No, I want an official red undercover knife to 200 get ready by the rifle.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
That is the classic. Welcome back. It wouldn't be Christmas, the Christmas season, without a clip from A Christmas Story. I have a Christmas Village. The first time, when I got the radio show and I was making a little bit more money, because then, before then I was, eating roasted chicken from a gas station. But anyway, I made a little bit of money, I had a little extra income, so I wanted to collect a village. So I have A Christmas Story Christmas Village that I don't even want to know how much I've spent on that dumb thing. I mean, but I illuminate it. I have a ceremony like Al Roker. I light it every year, yeah. A little lighting ceremony every year. I'll invite you next year.
Thank you. The best part of that story was your accent that whole time. Did anybody else pick up on that?
My little accent?
A little accent.
I'll try. It's Christmas. Christmas-themed movies are all over TV and streaming sites right now, so I wanted to take a chance to share my top 5 holiday movies of all time. Top number 5 is a movie many of you may not know. It was actually, it makes me so happy to tell you about this movie because it didn't do well at the box office, but it's had a great life on home video. It was filmed here in Minnesota with an all-star cast. I'm talking about one of my favorite movies, Beautiful Girls.
You got a girlfriend?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. You're a dude in flux. If I'm not mistaken, you've come back here to the house of loneliness and tears to Daddy Downer and Brother Bummer to come to some sort of decision about life. A life decision, if you will.
That is a very young, very great Natalie Portman, Michael Rappaport. There's Matt Dillon. Beautiful Girls from 1996 is about a group of high school friends who reunite for their 10-year reunion. Some have moved on, and some are stuck in the past. We all know a situation like that. Listen to this cast. I'm not joking. Timothy Hutton, Natalie Portman, Matt Dillon, Uma Thurman, Mira Sorvino, Martha Plimpton, Michael Rappaport, David Arquette, and Rosie O'Donnell. It was filmed, it was filmed at various local spots, like Stillwater. You'll recognize some spots of Stillwater. And there's a great scene with Martha Plimpton. Oh, this scene right here with Rosie O'Donnell is great. But anyway, there's a great scene with Michael Rappaport and Martha Plimpton in the Bryant Lake Bowl. There's a great scene. This movie, it's so relatable, not just to my generation, but we've all had that, especially if you're in the late 20s, early 30s. You go home, and some of your town friends have moved on, and some are kind of stuck in high school. Matt Dillon's character kind of represents that kind of person, where high school were the best years of his life. and he hasn't moved on. It's so good. And that cast, I mean, come on.
I've never heard of that movie.
Kendall, I'm all kidding aside.
I would really like it.
You
probably.
would really like it, and if you guys haven't watched it, it's so good. It was directed by the late Ted Demme, who is Jonathan Demme's son, and he was a young director at the time, up and coming, and it's just so good, especially in its winter in the movie, so go check it out. Beautiful Girls. Moving to number 4, the original Home Alone from 1990. I mean, seriously, look, I get it, it's obvious. There's nothing fresh with me picking this one, but it's an obvious. This movie, and I got to tell you, it really does hold up. And now that I've watched that documentary about the making, I look at this movie in a whole new way. Like, for instance, that whole house was built inside a high school. They shot that in Chicago, and the interior of that entire house was built inside a high school. The high school used for Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, it's awesome. Anyway, it's Home Alone is so good. Number 3 on my list of favorite holiday movies, or movies I like to watch around this time of year, is another one you may have actually forgotten. This one's from 2000, and it stars Nicolas Cage and Téa Leoni. Look at this.
I need you to remember me, Kate. How I am right now. At this very moment. I need you to put that image in your heart and keep it there. Keep it with you no matter what happens.
Yeah. I love... Oh, and this scene makes me cry. This is a good scene. Anyway, The Family Man is what it's called. It's about a businessman, Nicolas Cage, who encounters a holdup at a grocery store on Christmas, then wakes up the next morning in an alternate life, married to his college sweetheart and 2 kids. His college sweetheart, Téa Leoni. In the beginning of the movie, it's kind of like it's about a story about the road less traveled. He gave up Téa Leoni in college to pursue his career. So he kind of wonders like what life would have been like had he not said goodbye to her, Kate. So an angel played by Don Cheadle shows him, it's a take on If It's a Wonderful Life. He wakes up and he's with Kate. He has kids. He's a tire salesman instead of like this super rich swinging bachelor. And it talks about like what's better? What was better for that character? Successful career or this great family life? And it has such a good message. And look, Nicolas Cage is as nutter butters as the day is long, but this is before there were a lot of nutter butter on his toast. You know what I mean? We still kind of liked him. So go check that one out. The Family Man is what it's called. Number two, another classic, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's right. Look at that. Light up the house, Clark. Light up the house. Look, come on, Clark. Yeah, it's so, I mean, come on. People quote this movie. Maybe you're like me, I have moose mugs. You know the moose mugs that, that Cousin Eddie drank out of? Every time I go to Walmart and I see a giant bag of dog food, I think of Cousin Eddie. Thank you, audience, for getting that reference. You know what I mean? And then the aunt that wraps up her cat. Say grace. Grace died over 40 years ago. No. Not blessed. Not blessed.
That is my father. My father is Clark.
Your father's Clark? Yeah.
He is him. With the Christmas tree that's too big, with all the decorations, it's my dad.
I hope a squirrel doesn't jump out of your tree. Yeah.
Never know.
Time for my number 1 Christmas movie of all time. It's a favorite in many homes. Look at this.
It's great. Not quite finished.
Look, actually, I don't need a bag. I'll just put it in my pocket.
No, this isn't a bag, sir.
Really?
This is so much more than a bag.
Mr. Bean. That's just one of the many memorable scenes and many memorable characters from 2003's Love Actually. Another movie, I could watch that scene all day. Another movie, Alan Rickman just wants to get out of there, and Mr. Bean is like, let me wrap this for you. This is another movie that I love to tout because it's one that was disappointing at the box office when it was released. It did well, but it really found success on home video, and now it's a classic. I mean, you can't. And we didn't want to show you the scene that everyone shows when you talk about Love Actually is the Andrew Lincoln showing up at the house with the cards. Mr. Bean is just. Do you like Love Actually?
I love that
Okay,
movie.
who's your favorite couple?
Uh-oh. I like the kids, honestly, at the very end where he chases her through the airport and she sings, oh
The
gosh.
little kids in
that's
love,
my
yeah.
favorite. That and the Prime Minister. And
Oh.
for whatever her character's name is, I don't remember.
Yeah, the assistant.
Yes.
I like
That's
Hugh.
cute,
I like
too.
Hugh Grant, but I also like Colin Firth and
yes!
the woman, the nice woman from Poland. She's that they can't. She doesn't speak English, and then he's a writer, and all the pages go in the river, and
They're like
anyway.
in France and she speaks Portuguese and
Yeah,
he speaks English.
it's fantastic. So go find that one. Next in the dish, the Queen of Christmas released another video for her holiday hit.
Oh,
okay.
gosh.
Is this a rerun? Didn't we do this story yesterday? This is another video, right? Yeah. I'm talking about All I Want for Christmas Is You. That's about all Mariah moves in that video. Anyway. Okay, but this version, this is true. I'm not making this up. Mariah released another version. This one's a little different than the music video that we showed you yesterday. Look at this.
Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true.
Okay, you know what? I like this. Mariah, I love ya. I like this much better than yesterday's version, yeah. A lot of star power. You saw Jamie Foxx, Ryan Reynolds, Missy Elliott, Katy Perry, Kelly Lee and Ryan Lee. I think Tori Spelling's up in there. Anyway, all of this in honor of the song turning 25 years old. Congratulations, Mariah. More hot dish for you this morning. Actress Emilia Clarke has had enough with selfies. In a recent interview, she said she won't be taking any more with fans. This comes after she experienced a panic attack at the airport. She couldn't breathe, she was crying, and that's when a guy came up to her and asked for a selfie. She said the encounter made her realize she wants to engage in a more meaningful human-to-human interaction kind of way with her fans in the future. She said she'll sign autographs because you can look into their eyes and have a proper, real human thing. I get it, yeah. I have a story. So, she won't mind me telling you this story. So, Jeff has never, this is gonna be the first story our executive producer has never heard me say. So, I have a similar experience with this. My good friend, I call her my big sister, Amelia Santinello Vassalero
Yes.
from Channel 4. She's my big sis. I love her. Mealy and I were walking around the Minnesota State Fair, and I made Mealy go on this ride. And Mealy was like, I don't want to go on this ride. And I go, no, it'll be good for television. So we go on this ride, and Amelia got sick. Like, Amelia got just really sick.
Ill.
So I'm very protective of her. Like, that's my sis. She was nice to me when no one else was nice to me, and I wouldn't be here without her. Anyway, so I'm sitting on a bench with her, and she won't mind me saying, she was as green as your sister's t-shirt. I mean, she was sitting here, her hair, she was sweaty, she had just gotten sick, and I'm not joking. This woman comes up, she goes, hi, are you Amelia? And Amelia's like, yeah. And she goes, can I get a picture with you? And I'm like, no, you cannot. And I stepped in and I go, she is sick. You can't have a selfie. We're cleaning her up. And this woman's like, can I get a selfie? No.
Oh my word.
Oh, I felt so bad. But Amelia's so nice. She was like, of course you can. And I looked at and I took the picture. Amelia's face was like this. Yeah, I felt so bad for Mealy. Yeah.
It's the worst.
Let's not take a selfie when someone's sick. Come on. Still ahead, a local author joins us to talk about his new book, which makes a special mention of our show, and then it's the review we've all been waiting for. Producer Ted saw Cats over the weekend. Is it as bad as the critics say? Ted will tell us when we return. Back in a moment, everybody. Our first guest has a new book out where the main character is staring down his 50th birthday and finds himself with some unfinished business. Give it up for the author of No Way Back Today, Eric Shores, everybody.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Great to be here, Jason. Thank you.
Whether it's a song or the idea for a movie or a book, there's always some sort of catalyst. People say you write about what you know. Where did the idea for this book come from?
It was October 2017, and I was less than
I love that you know exactly what I love that.
It was October 2017. I was less than a year from my 50th birthday. And you know, when you graduate high school, you have all your life in front of you, and then you hit a milestone or approach it like 50, and you start to look back.
Yeah.
So in October of 2017, I realized it had been 40 years since fourth grade, and where a dream on a playground sprung forth about some friends and I being in a rock and roll band.
Yeah.
And that never happened. And so as I'm thinking about unfinished business and nearing 50 and my friends nearing 50, I thought, well, that's never going to happen. And then I thought, well, why can't it? I have the power to write that story of if I would have gone to find my friends and said, let's do a reunion tour for a band that never existed.
So in reality, you were a fourth grader who dreamed of starting a rock band.
Yes.
So you made it happen, but just in the book.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
And it's very much fiction, but I try to ground it in reality because I want people to read the book, but I also want them to experience the book and to question, you know, wait a minute, did I miss something? Did this really happen? And so, you know, one of the venues that we play is First Avenue. And so to promote that
It's a heck of a venue, Eric. That is, yeah, if we're going to pick a venue.
Hey, if you're going to dream big.
Yeah.
And so we appear on the Jason Show, and you help us promote that first show.
Yeah, so we're the Jason Show. I'm going to tell you, we were in the production office, and we were reading, I think it was the press release or something, and we had to read it like 4 times. We're like, does the book mention our show? Like, is it the Jason Show's in the book? And it was, yeah. So thank you very much. That's very nice of you.
I hope I did you justice
You
in
did.
the book.
You did. Yes. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What did you learn? Just like the catalyst for an idea comes from someplace, I also think that whether you're writing fiction or an autobiography, you learn something about yourself, since this is very personal. What did you learn about yourself in writing this, even though it's fiction?
I think part of it, of what I learned, is the power of relationships and how relationships, even at an early age, can affect you later in life. And I think also what I learned was, we all have those naysayers. Well, you're not good enough to do that, or you don't come from the right family, the right background, the right whatever. And we tend to accept opinion as fact, as opposed to somebody's opinion.
Did you let people kind of squash your, like, did you ever?
Oh, very much so.
You let people squash your, yeah.
And it's in the book, you know, part of the reason the band didn't happen was my 6th grade music teacher told me I couldn't sing. And when I took band in 7th grade, because I wanted to play drums so desperately.
Yeah.
And a week into band, everybody has their instruments but me, and I went to the band teacher after week 1 and said, when are my drums coming?
Yeah.
And he said, well, I didn't think you'd be any good at it, so I didn't bother ordering it for you. Yeah, true story. So the rock and roll dream died there.
Right then, that's
Right
when
then.
the trajectory of your life changed.
Because if I couldn't sing, that was no big deal. But if I couldn't play drums, then I'm done.
Yeah.
And that's where that catalyst began.
Who was your inspiration? Who was your musical inspiration growing up?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts and Sheila E. were just right at the top.
Oh. Well, I'll give you good news. Sheila E. has sat in where you're sitting right there. Yeah, so you're... Right, we had these chairs with Sheila, didn't we? Yeah, we had these chairs. Yeah.
I think I have room in my car for this
Exactly, yeah. A mug back there. We have their mug back there, too. How long? I am always in awe of writers because it is a part of my brain. It's a skill I do not possess, and I admire writers. How long did it take you to write this?
From start to finish, about 2 years.
2 years.
And that includes editing, because it's a polishing process. But I will tell you, I got a major case of writer's block about 3 months in and couldn't figure out how to get out of it. And I was out shoveling snow one Saturday, and I thought, I should do what Dad did. Because what my dad would do, he loved Agatha Christie and Louis L'Amour. He would read the last chapter of the book first. And if he didn't like how it ended, he wouldn't waste his time with the rest of it.
Oh, wow.
So I thought, well, I've got to write the end of the book. So I
You
wrote
started
the
backwards?
last 2 paragraphs, so I knew how it ended,
And you started
and
backwards.
then I was off and rolling.
Was the beginning hard to crack, story-wise?
No, because the beginning is essentially what I've just,
In
from
reverse.
remembering, 4th grade to, let's go out and find the friends and convince them that we should do this band thing.
Well, write another book, mention us again, and come back again.
I would love
There we
to.
go.
Let's
Aaron
do it.
Shores, everybody, for more information. And again, support local artists. Head to onionsreunion.com. And if you miss a segment, we'll post on Facebook a little bit later. Go support Eric. We love local authors. Still ahead,
Thank
we're
you.
heading into the audience when we return. Back in a moment, everybody. Stay right there. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Hello, very low camera. I feel like just gonna go like this. Let's raise the camera together. Let's go like that. There we go. I love it. Welcome back. It was fun. It is our last show of the year, and we're turning it over to our audience, letting them ask me anything. So first up, audience, give it up for Sophia, everybody. Come over here, Sophia. Sophia's from St. Paul. What's your question for me?
What was the worst present you've gotten for Christmas, and did you regift it?
Oh, the worst Christmas gift I've ever received. I had a relative that would always give me underwear. And I found it, even as a child, a little weird.
Yeah.
And they were giant underwear. It wasn't even for kids. It would be like for men. And I was 10. And I would open them up, and my mom always taught me, just be grateful. So I would have to. And we knew this present was coming every year. It was always underwear.
Oh, no.
And my mom goes, Jason, practice your happy face. And I practice your grateful face. So I was like, thank you, Uncle, for my underwear. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. So there we go. Thank you so much. Sophie, everybody. A name I know well. Please welcome Jason. Come over here, Jason. What's your question for me?
What's a gift you asked for as a child, never received?
Oh, absolutely nothing. No, I know. No, people always joke 'cause I'm an only child. And yeah, Santa was always very good to me. Oh, you know what? I never received a bicycle. I never got a bicycle, like a basic thing. No, I bought it myself. I never got a bicycle. What? I do know how to ride a bicycle, but no, I never. It's very stereotypical. Never received a bicycle. I had to earn it. I did chores and then I bought my own bike. So yeah, I was an entrepreneur even back then. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Let's say hi to Sharon. Come over here, Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Oh, look at that. Have a very Dolly Christmas, everybody. That's right. Yes. What's your question?
My question is, what is your favorite hot dish? Celebrity or food?
Okay, how much do we love her? I just say, you know what? I will say celebrity because I don't really have a favorite hot dish. I know that's hashtag unpopular opinion, but I don't. I'll eat any hot dish. I mean, because it's all good. It's carbs. I mean, you know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
But like a green, my mother-in-law makes I think a green bean one that I like. But yeah, because I'm not being from here, I didn't grow up with hot dish. So
Casserole.
It was a casserole in Indiana. I mean, yeah. And we had anything in those, but yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sharon. She's my outfit friend. Welcome, Sarah, everybody. Hi, Sarah. You're so cute.
Thank you.
What's your question?
I was wondering if you had a favorite Christmas ornament.
Oh, I do. I have a South Fork Ranch Christmas ornament from Dallas. And it has J.R. Ewing on one side, and then you spin it around and it has the ranch on it. So that one, and then the very first time I ever went to Disney, I have a Mickey Mouse shaped the head, and I have that one no matter the tree color, no matter the motif, I have both of those on there. And then I have an ugly, ugly ornament that's a giant squirrel from my friend Haley that I hide in the tree. So there we go. Thank you so much, Sarah. Still ahead, everybody. Some are calling it the worst movie of the year. Others are saying their eyes still hurt. What does producer Ted think of Cats? His review when we return. Stay with us, everybody. Back in a moment. Oh, I can't wait for this.
Tonight is a magical night where I choose the cat that deserves a new life.
Going to the ball could get dangerous. Come on! Let's dance!
I judge a cat by its soul.
I've got plenty of soul.
Spotlight. And a drum roll, please.
Welcome back. That's a clip from the trailer for the new movie Cats. It has been almost universally panned by critics despite an A-list cast including James Corden, Dame Judi Dench, Jason Derulo, Idris Elba, Jennifer Hudson, and T. Swift. But haters are going to hate. But what we really want to know is what our bad movie expert thinks of it. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's time for America Loves Ted. Producer Ted Johnson joins us from the Jason Show control room. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning.
Okay, let me ask you this first question. Did you ever see the Broadway musical?
No, I've never seen the musical, never listened to the soundtrack, never Googled it.
So you have no
Nothing.
You are coming at this fresh as a kitten.
Blind.
You've never okay.
And as you know, no one is more terrified of cats than this guy.
That's right. And Ted's not joking, everybody. Ted is actually terrified of cats.
Yep.
So Ted, having no connection to the Broadway musical, I'm going to ask you now, please describe the plot, and I can't wait to hear you describe the plot.
So the plot is, and I Googled it after to try to tie some things up, but it's basically you've got a tribe of cats, and they're like trying to compete for who's going to get the extra life, a new life, or something that Judi Dench's character then decides at the end who is most deserving cat to get new life. Yes. I think that's it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Ted,
And then there's a bunch of stuff that happens in between.
Ted, let me check with our musical expert Aaron Schwab. Did he do okay? He did okay. Okay, that was an okay. Reverberation of the plot. Let's talk about the cast. Taylor Swift. We know you love the T. Swift. What'd you think of her?
I thought she was great. I mean, I think she co-wrote this song with Andrew Lloyd Webber. So this is a new song for this production. So she comes in, 3/4 of the way through. But yeah, I mean, it's Taylor Swift. You can't hate on Taylor Swift.
Okay, who was the best?
Ooh, that's a tough choice. I thought Rebel Wilson's character reminded me kind of Garfield. Sort of, and so she was just really funny and unexpected, and I kind of enjoyed her.
Was there any lasagna in the movie?
No.
That's a Garfield reference, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, who was the weakest?
Ooh, I found myself throughout the film being like, these CGI animations are almost too much to the point of I don't know who some of these people are.
Oh.
Like, you can figure out who Judi Dench is, who, Taylor Swift is. And so maybe one of the lesser characters who I don't.
The lesser cats.
Yeah. The lesser cats.
Okay, you mentioned the special effects. Much has been written about the special effects. It's so bad, allegedly, that Universal shipped a new version of the movie to theaters, correcting some of the bad special effects. Was it that bad?
Well, I found out about this after I saw the movie. But and thinking back, I was watching the movie and I go, I didn't realize Judi Dench kept her wedding ring on for this movie. Thought that was a little weird with her hand. So
you noticed that mistake that you
yeah.
can still see her wedding ring.
Oh yeah.
Even though she's a cat.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
They wear wedding rings, apparently.
Oh, okay, so here we go. I saved the best for last. Overall, what did you think?
I kind of liked it. Unpopular opinion, but I thought it was funny. I thought the music was good. I thought the acting was good. Their cat movements were great. Look, they look weird, but we knew that going in.
Everybody, you're experiencing Ted's last day. That's right, yes.
I give it 3 meows.
3, wow! 3 meows. Well, you've made Aaron Schwab very happy, so yes. Producer Ted, everybody, Cats is now playing in a theater near you. Hey, I mean it. Ted's right. There are a lot of people that love it. Jeff was telling me in the commercial break, people that haven't seen the musical actually are liking it more than people that like the musical and don't like the film adaptation. So, way to go, Ted. We're going to take a break. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this. Stay with us. Cats, now and forever. Welcome back, everybody. Our last show before Christmas. Were you surprised by Ted's review?
I was surprised by his description, how he had to Google it to make sure he got the whole movie
it is
right.
a little, I mean, it is a weird plot. You know what I mean?
It's cats.
No, but I just mean, I'm with Ted on that one.
Yes. I think that I'm interested in seeing it.
Are you going to?
Hot take. I'm going to go see it.
Oh, I think you should. Yeah.
I think so. Aaron's going.
Aaron Schwab says she's going to go see it and wrap herself in cat blankets. Yep. That's right. And you know how I love that. We're going to take a break, everybody, and we'll be back right after this. Stay with us. Cats with cat blankets. Welcome back, everybody. Kendall joins me once again as we wrap things up for 2019. Earlier this year, we got to know a local woman, Laura Tebert, who she was the one that's living like Prince every month this year. Her theme for December is generosity, and we met up with Laura at her home last week to see how she's giving back this month as she wraps this up.
In December, my theme is Be Outrageously Generous to honor Prince's legacy of giving. And I've chosen an organization that was dear to Prince's heart. It's called Urban Ventures. It's located in South Minneapolis and serves an area that is under-resourced and helps youth. They, in particular, have a music program and a recording studio that is a real standout program, something very, very special. In honor of Prince, I'm hoping, I would love to see the people of Minneapolis and St. Paul come together and give to Urban Ventures to honor Prince's legacy.
Thank you so much. She did it. She lived like Prince every single month of the year. It was great. She was a great guest. So as we wrap up things, I wanted to take a minute, as we do for our final show of the year, just to say thank you. 2019 has been really good for us, has been good for The Jason Show, and it's really all because of you. All of you that tune in every day, you have a lot of options. We live in a world where there's 800, 400, and 5,000 bazillion channels that you can watch. But the fact that you choose us every single morning and you make the two of us goofballs, you welcome us into your home, you drink coffee with us, you hang out with us in your pajamas, and we can make you laugh, is something that I will be eternally grateful for as someone that dreamed about this since I was 6 years old. So as we wrap up 2019, I just want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you to the woman to my right. 2019 also brought one of the best gifts ever to The Jason Show, and that is my friend Kendall, who joined our show this year. So I am grateful that you joined us this year, because not only is Kendall my work wife, but she became a true friend of mine. This is real. This isn't something we do for TV. Kendall's a genuine friend of mine, and I love coming and playing with you every single day at 11:10 Central in Mountain.
Stop looking
Yes,
at me.
yes. Don't cry, because it'll ruin your makeup, and then you'll have to redo it before church. That's it. So here's to a great 2020. Come see us. I will be back on January 6th. Kendall will be holding down the fort for a couple days, so support her. That's going to do it. Go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and thank you. Bye, everybody.